Oh my goodness, Chit Chat Kit Kats. Well, I've been on it this morning. I've got my recall saying urgent, airbag safety recall. So I did get that appointment set up. So Wednesday, next week, I will not be online the whole time because I have to go to El Paso. That's the closest place here to get that airbag changed. I guess she said it takes about an hour, hour and a half. So I'm going to have to pedal down there, take the car, and get that changed. So at least it's scheduled. Oh my goodness. So what's coming up today? Oh, I've got to go drop this off so that I can get my money back, a refund. And then I have the Celtic Lenormand coming today. I'm really looking forward to that one, Celtic Lenormand. So yeah, it looks like the images on that are going to be great. So looking forward to that. So as soon as that comes, I will share that as well, show you that one. So looking forward to using that as well. Oh, my goodness. I have my other cards. They're just being shipped from Australia. 3 more decks of Lenormand. They're just really, the ones I picked are really feminine, very, very pretty. So looking forward to those coming. Now, who knows how long it will take from Australia. I don't know how quickly it gets here. I think it takes quite a while. So those will be coming eventually. They will show up. And then I think, did I order another one? Let me see. Amazon, did I order? I think I have another thing coming as well. Let me look and see here. What is it that's coming? Yes, the William Blake Tarot of Creative Imagination. So that looks like it's really kind of a different deck. So it's an older deck, I guess, but that will be coming on Monday. So looking forward to that. We'll see what happens. Has it been shipped? It hasn't been shipped yet, but we'll see. So hopefully it shows up in time. So those are new things coming. Looking forward to using those, and we'll see what happens. But like I need another deck. I keep getting these decks, and so many of them just sit around. They look interesting at the beginning, but then they just kind of sit there many times. I keep coming back to my old standard. It just, the Albano White. Now I've thought about getting another one of these because some of these, you can't see it on there. It's looking very white, but it's not. It's very, a couple of these cards are very yellow. There you can see kind of the stains. There, yeah, you can see that better. So I've been thinking about buying another deck, but they're not cheap. They're over $100 when you can find it. There's another one, very, very yellow. It's not picking it up so well there. But I was thinking about buying another deck and then, just changing some of them out and making a nice white deck. But this is, I have to say, out of all my cards, this is really my favorite standard that I come back to. Now, of course, I mutilated it. I cut it down, I edged it, and I just really like it. I like the cardstock they used on this, which you can't get anymore. It's flexible, but it's a nice heavy-duty cardstock. I like the size of it. I like that it's so easy to read. So yeah, out of all my decks, I think this is the one that I really like the best, my 70s one. I like the older ones. I like, of course, the Aquarian. I have the original decks from the 70s, and also the, what's the name of the other one? Morgan Greer. I have one from the 70s as well. And I do really like the Morgan Greer because it's just so simple. The colors are great. So that's the other deck I really like, Morgan Greer. I kind of like, I guess I'm real old school. Well, somebody was saying that. Who was it that said that? Oh, I think it was Celtic. What was her name? Sheila Celtic or something like that. Said I'm old school. I guess I am old school because I do like the decks from the 70s. I get all these other new decks, and they're interesting, but I just keep coming back to my old standards here. I think just because they're so easy to read, there's no ambiguousness with them. So those I love. Now, as far as my Lenormand, I love this deck. I also cut this down a little bit because it was just so huge. Although it's absolutely beautiful with the things they had around it. But I love this deck for Lenormand. I also like the one that I wound up coloring. I think these are my two favorite Lenormand out of the ones that I have. Okay. I do really enjoy this one. Those are my two favorites for Lenormand. If I only had, what does it say? If you could only have 10 decks, what would you have? Well, I'd have those two Lenormand, and I would definitely have my 70s one. Probably would have my Kipper, and I'm looking forward to, so that's five decks. I would probably keep the Sabia, one of those. And I have 4 more decks to go. Well, I'm going to wait to see what that Celtic Lenormand is. We'll see how that is. So I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. Now, there was somebody online that she was, really, we had a lot of the similar ones. She wanted to keep the, although one of her favorites is the Barbara Walker Tarot. Now that one's a bit odd. I think it's a bit dark, the Barbara Walker. Since it's so dark, I don't know. I have to, every once in a while I pull this out and I go, well, maybe then I look at it for a few minutes and I go, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to try it here with the kipper and just see what happens. See how that feels together. So what can I look at? Oh, I don't know. I'm just going to pull some cards. Nothing in particular, just to see how it works. So we have distant horizons. We're going to pull 3. Distant horizons, mature woman, and occupation. So let's see what we get if we did the Barbara Walker deck. Now this is an original Barbara Walker. It's not a lot of my decks I like to, I like to have the originals. Okay, for distant horizons we have Skuld, Princess of Swords. Okay, so that's the Barbara Walker. They're a little more stark. So uncompromising. Let's see what we have above it. Defeat, 5 of Swords. See, it's a little odd, this deck. Got the guy hanging up in the tree. Foundation is the Empress. So this is about no holds bar. In the future, just putting it out there, let the chips fall where they may. 5 of Swords. Yeah. Mature woman. Prince of Swords. Is that not the oddest looking thing? Above it, Queen of Swords. What is this, eating the guy's entrails? And the foundation of it is balance. Okay. So it's like, again, hard truth. Hard truth. Yeah, take no prisoners, hard truth, putting it out there. It may not be what you want to hear. You may feel like you're ripped open after that. Okay? All about hard truth. As far as occupation, 10 of Wands. Difficult actions, oppression, power, occupation, power. Ace of Wands, the start of movement, thinking about how to move. So these are all about actions, difficult actions, and the dream, 7 of Cups. Okay. Difficult actions, thinking about what you're doing next, dream, 7 of Cups, the dream. Okay. So, like I said, this is just an odd deck. I don't know. It might be okay for some things, but it's a little, I think it's just harsh for most people. A little dark. Mature man, let's look and see what we have with this. So I don't know what this reading's about because it's just random. I didn't have a subject. I just wanted to see how these things would work with this. Mature man, success. Okay. Success, usually that's kind of home, balance, and actions. Balanced actions are going to be successful. The house of God, we have the tower moment. Okay. And Merlin, Prince of Pentacles. Oh, that's an odd one. What the heck? We got the guy in the window there, Merlin. So trying to bring in new information, changes, keeping stability as everything's crumbling. It's like, I don't know about this deck. So it's odd. I might try working with it with a few other things and just see. But again, this is not one that I would have as a favorite. I think it's just a bit, and I don't think it works well with the Kipper. Maybe I'll try it using it with the Lenormand. Maybe the Lenormand will soften it up a bit, but I don't think so. This is pretty radical, this one. Pretty radical. Unless I use the twisted Lenormand. Let's try it with the twisted one, okay? This is pretty twisted deck. That's all I can say. It's a pretty twisted as it is. So let's see what we have with this. See if this is any better, because it's so odd. Okay, starting out, we have magnifying glass, looking deeper. Looking deeper. Okay. Yeah, this is just, you try to give them a good shot, but success, whether things are balanced, your actions are balanced. And the strength. Okay. Well, so far that's okay. The tightrope. Walking a fine line, need for balance, hesitancy to pick a side. Again, we have balance in the thoughts. And work. Watching how you're working, who you're working with, what you're doing. This seems to work better with this. I would say maybe the twisted Lenormand works well with this. Working together, keeping balance. The garden, the bright side, healing and reflection. The hangman. So maybe needing to see from a different viewpoint, the hangman, looking at something better, the Princess of Swords, okay? So maybe you got a little bit radical thought and stuff and you need to change it and see from a different view. That makes sense. Knots. Communications, set restrictions, self-sabotage, knots, got yourself tied up in knots. The Lovers, okay. And defeat, Five of Swords. So watching out for abusive powers, maybe watching out for an abusive situation, or see if you are being abusive in this. Self-sabotage. If you're abusive, you're going to self-sabotage a relationship. So, okay, I can see this deck working with the twisted Lenormand, because this is kind of a twisted deck, Barbara Walker Tarot. But I could see, now these two I can marry, these work well together. The twisted Lenormand and the Barbara Walker Tarot. I might give these a shot together a little more. Yeah, because underneath we have the Lock, trapped, feeling stuck in a situation, and we have the Kali, Queen of Swords, the radical view. Radical truth in Merlin, Prince of Pentacles. So what's taking place in your life? Okay, what changes you're trying to make, and looking at the radical truth of something, okay? Yeah, okay. Well, I could see that. The imagery is a little difficult with this, but yeah, I think... I think these work together okay. I don't like it with the Kipper. I don't think it works with that at all. But the twisted Lenormand and the Barbara Walker Tarot, I think that they are working well together. Okay, just an odd deck though. So I'm going to work with this a bit today, and we'll see how it goes. Now, on that note, I think I'm going to get ready and take that, pack this up, take it back down the hill so that I can get my money back on that real soon. And, yeah, I'll be back. Another day. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you online. What do you think of the Barbara Walker? It's kind of odd imagery on that one.